Hello, internship class. It's Steve. I hope that you're doing well and you had a wonderful weekend. We are now in week number 4, and our theme for week number 4 is going to be focusing on challenge and growth. So you'll have a discussion for this week. There won't be a reflection journal, but rather a discussion that is asking you to look at a challenge or success in your internship. And I'm encouraging you to actually look at a challenge, and I'll talk about that a little bit later as to why we want you to try to focus more on a challenge than a success. So I've worked with interns now for quite a long time, and one of the things I've noticed with interns is the concept of challenge avoidance. I guess I would say humans in general, we tend to really gravitate towards what's familiar to us, what we're comfortable with, what we're good at, our strengths and such. And we tend to avoid those situations or experiences that might really pose a challenge, a problem, or obstacle for us. So I've listed here some of the reasons that interns may engage in challenge avoidance. You can see them here. And the one thing I do want to point out is that challenging yourself should, most of you, I think all of you actually have been in professional roles in the past, so you're familiar with what it means to be a professional. And the reality is that challenges don't never really have an endpoint in your life, as you probably have discovered. Challenges creep up on us throughout our entire lifespan. So it's important to, as an intern, to get some practice in managing challenges and applying some problem solving to challenges and really being able to view challenges as learning opportunities. With that being said, I've listed here on this infographic a kind of a graphic here of the types of challenges that interns rather commonly experience. And they're related, mostly they're either relationship related challenges or task related challenges. So you can see here, some of these do involve working with people and others. Some of them involve the content of your internship or projects. If you have more of a project-based type of internship, the challenges that can come with having projects and such. So I would encourage you to look at this infographic, and if you're saying to yourself, I haven't really been challenged yet in this experience, that actually makes me a little nervous because we want to make sure that you are growing and that you're transforming throughout this process of doing your internship. So it's important that if you are having a tough time with this week's discussion, say, I can't think of a single challenge, I would encourage you to come back to this infographic and kind of dig a little bit deeper, put on that critical thinking hat, and really assess what would be a challenge that you could experience in this internship that you're not. And maybe you discuss that in this week's discussion. One of the exciting things about challenge is the growth aspect. So if we're continuously doing the same things and we're not really pushing ourselves to achieve more or to learn more or to develop in new and different ways, we're going to probably plateau when it comes to growth and development. So I've listed here 3 character strengths: resilience, grit, and perseverance, that I think really can be developed as a result of experiencing a challenge in an internship. So when we talk about resilience, we of course mean your ability to bounce back from setbacks that might occur as you're working on a particular task or function in your internship. When I think of grit, I think of mental toughness. Someone who is able to, when they're confronted with maybe multiple obstacles, they're able to grin and bear it and keep persevering, which is the last one there. So we want to make sure that in your internship that you are persevering. We don't want to see the challenge be debilitating, that it's totally getting you thinking, you know, I don't think I can do this anymore. We want you to be able to channel that energy that you will get from experiencing a challenge in your internship, challenging that into perseverance and keeping your eye on the outcomes of your internship and what you're hoping to achieve. One question, a simple question you want to be asking throughout your internship related to challenge is growth occurring for you in this experience or through this experience? I've listed at the bottom here several ways that you, or several dimensions of growth that are common to internships or professional career paths in general, one of which is new perspectives. So we hope that your internship is allowing you to develop some new or multiple perspectives on your field of study. I also hope that this opportunity is allowing you to increase your knowledge base of your field of study, increase your knowledge base of the tools and resources of your field of study, the rites of passage of your field of study, professional identity formation. Again, many of you, or probably all of you, have been in professional roles already in your lives, so you're familiar with what a professional identity is. But how does a professional identity, how is that defined through your field of study? What are the values that come with developing one's professional identity within your field of study? And then finally, self-development and competence. I think we might have given you in one of the earlier announcements the developmental stages of an internship, and one of those is competency. So we want to continue to see that you are developing more confidence in this experience, and along with that confidence, usually what parallels that is a high competence level as well. So the change aspect is so critical to your internship. You want to be able to say now and at the end of this experience, here's how I have changed, here's how I have been transformed through this experience. So I have listed here some of the strategies that you can try to utilize to implement or apply change to your internship. So number one, obviously, have a willingness to face new and exciting challenges. Seeking out new responsibilities in your internship. So maybe having a discussion with your supervisor about a project that you'd like to become a part of that you have noticed. Or maybe there's something about, maybe there's a system or a process or procedure in your internship related to your internship site that you really feel that you could help elevate somewhat. So that would be a discussion that you could have with your supervisor as well. Becoming faithful in yourself. So we want you to have faith in yourself. We want you to be can people or will people rather than can't and won't people, meaning I can, I will statements. Having those positive what I would call creator statements, where you're you're maximizing the experience for yourself by saying, I can, I will be able to do this. That goes along with the inner strength. And then finally, my hope for you is that throughout this experience, hopefully you already have a strong relationship with your host site supervisor, but we want to continue to develop that throughout the course of your internship. So using change to become more comfortable and more openly communicate with your host site supervisor. So again, this week's learning event is a discussion focusing on growth. So technically, you see here, we're saying consider a challenge or success that you've encountered in your internship so far. Now, I should give you a prelude to week number 5 is going to be reflection journal on this same topic. So I would ask you, if you're choosing a success for this discussion, then I'm going to be expecting you to choose a challenge for the reflection in week number 5. I really like when students focus on challenges. I think successes are wonderful. I want to know and hear that you're being successful, experiencing success in your internship. But the reality is that the best growth and development can be measured through challenge and effectively managing challenges. So that is my challenge to you for this week, is to think of a challenge that you're experiencing in your internship and how that challenge relates to your personal and professional growth. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I hope you have a great start to your week, and take care.